A uniquely American story, The Boys in the Boat highlights the heroes of the 1936 Berlin Olympics with poignant reverence. The virtue of this story lies in the brotherhood and strength of 9 young men. These men proved strong in a way only they could be. The book highlights the particular story of Joe Rance, a poor, hard-working young man who led a difficult, solitary life from childhood. Orphaned and stripped of all that he had but his home and his hands, he turned to rigorous manual labor to survive. Joe Rance was a classically American man of the West. He worked for all that he had and built up a strong body and mentality that allowed him to thrive in the extraordinarily mentally and physically tasking pursuit of rowing. Despite his strength and success on his team, he battled a persistent internal struggle with trusting others throughout the novel. Beneath his tall, muscular body, there was a vulnerability in him which inhibited his performance and his relationships. The Boys in the Boat did a phenomenal job of highlighting this familiar insecurity in Joe. The author showed how rather than what we typically hear from athletes about how they found success only when they began to believe in themselves, Joe had to trust in something greater than himself. In a crucial moment in the book, the wise, paternal boat builder, George Pocock, implored Joe to trust in his fellow oarsmen, and to want the victory not only for himself, but for every boy in the boat. When the boys became a unit, they were unstoppable. They won with patient and strategic perseverance. They were truly unified in a way which allowed them to cut through the waters with unprecedented speed and grace. They were the perfect display of what Pocock had asked of Joe. In the Olympics, however, it was not just each other they had to think about, but their country. International political tensions were palpable in 1936, with Berlin being a conspicuous center of it all. For the members of the University of Washington rowing team, going to Berlin was no mere game. The significance of their American ideals settled into their very flesh. This race was for no one man, nor one boat. It was for their country's very dignity. The success stood for all those American ideals that Germany despised. Their victory was a foretaste of what was to come. The Boys in the Boat shows readers what it means to be a man, to give everything you have to serve something greater than yourself.